Good day, everybody. This is Brandon Bishop. Welcome to the ASY TV review show. Now, what is the ASY TV review show? It's pretty simple. It's awesome companies, sometimes maybe not awesome companies, but companies nonetheless that are out there pitching their stuff, trying to make a living, and you got some guy like me who's just gonna give you an honest opinion about it. Now, most of these will be extremely positive, and probably all of these are going to be at least positive to extremely positive, because these are companies that we either work with and I believe in their product and there's a reason we work together. I don't work with companies just to take their money or take their products. That's not the way we play here. I reach out to companies like Jackery, who we're going to talk about today, because these are the companies that I want to work with. These are the products and services that I need in my life.
Listen to the sounds of nature or a great film, peacefully and quietly, making these small moments count. Jackery Solar Generator.
Okay, now that you know what Jackery is all about, and you probably already want one, you're like, okay, Brandon, sold. You don't have to talk for the next however long you're going to talk. I'm already in the market. I want it. I need power. Either it's a little bit of power or I need a lot of power. You already sold me, Brandon. You sold me with your nice ASY TV shirt with the blue lines. I mean, I'm digging what you're selling. You don't have to go on, Brandon, but Brandon's going to go on. I've been a Jackery customer for over a year now, about a year and a half. I picked up this guy. This is the Jackery. I have two of these. One is a 300 and one is a 240 and a 290. I don't know which one this is. It's not listed. If it is, my eyes are just blurry and all these lights are making it worse. So it's one of those. It's a 240, 290. You're going to spend around $1 per watt. This one has been great. This one and its sister have been wonderful. I've been keeping them in the minivan. We've traveled all over the country several times. And I haven't not used this one in a long time because I have this one now, and we'll get to him in a minute. But I've not used it in a while. I have not used this one in 6 months, okay? 6 months. I want you to look at that. Can you see that? 100%. This thing has held its charge in the van. I just got this out of the van in minus 15 degree weather here in Colorado. Right now it's like 20 degrees. It was 6 degrees last night in the van. I actually didn't even think about doing this. 100 freaking %. Wow. And I know, okay, let's get to the very beginning here. What is this thing, okay? What are these? What is a Jackery? A Jackery is a portable, and you can tell, ooh, that's pretty, oh yeah, it's not very heavy at all, but it's good to get a little bit of a workout in. I got the other one too. This one, on the other hand, it's a portable power unit. The way I use it is, I'm in the van. Simple as that. The USB chargers in my van suck. They're terrible. This one has 2 of them right here. So I charge both of my phones, and I have another one of these. And then I have this guy who's going to be the main dude. This one's going to run my fridge. This one's going to run my dash cameras, charge my phones. This one's also going to charge up all of my camera equipment, my drone stuff. But the main thing that I've been using these guys for, and they're rugged. Trust me, they're rugged. You could toss them around. The main thing I've been using these for is climate control at night in the van. It gets freaking cold at night. And you can plug in a electric blanket right into here. There's ones, electric blankets they make for 12 volts for cars. And it's awesome. I put the electric blanket down, I lay on top of the electric blanket, I put a blanket over me, and you know what? The only thing that gets cold is my nose. Now this one, you can plug a small space heater into. When I say small, I'm talking like those little 360 watt to 500 watt space heaters. This is 1,000 watts right here, okay? So you can probably plug the blanket and the little space heater. I got a little space heater that you just plug right into it, and it works just fine for what I need. Keep it on low, of course. This is not, don't think you can run your whole house on this thing, okay? It's wonderful if you have a blackout and you need to charge your stuff, or you need a light or whatever it is, which, by the way, these come with lights built into them. I'll talk about that in a second. I think they do. This one doesn't have a light? Really? The other one has a light. Okay, am I drunk? But this one definitely has a nice little light, and it's in the front so you can see the plugs and everything. Oh, look at that, different settings. Oh, a little seizure setting, nice. Rubber covers for everything. If you're in a van half the time of your life, like I am right now, well, have been for the most part over the last year and a half, and I will be in a van full time relatively soon, these things are lifesavers. Lifesavers. There's plenty of brands out there you can go for that are, some are cheaper, some are more expensive. Depends on whatever the model is, whatever the parent company is, what they're going to charge for it. Again, expect to pay about $1 a watt. This is probably about $1,000 right here. Jackery always has great sales. Look for holiday sales. Look for any kind of clearance sales or anything like that they may have. I got this one in November of last year, 2020. And wait, was it 2020? 2021. And like I said, this one and its sister, which is still in the van right now with all my stuff plugged into it, they've been everything to me. They've literally saved my life from freezing. Yes, Brandon, you could turn on the van if it gets to be an emergency, which I have. But for the most part, you don't want to do that when you're sleeping in the van. So this right here powers everything. Again, you're not going to power your whole kitchen. You're not going to power a full-size refrigerator and a coffee machine and all that stuff off of this one. This one, on the other hand, you probably can. These are the Explorer models. You can tell the difference between the Explorer models and the Pro models basically by the handle. I like these little handles right here, but when you're trying to squeeze it into a small space like a minivan like I do, this little flip-up handle is everything. It's the smartest thing that they did this. Otherwise, can you imagine having this big handle just stationary, and then you're like trying to put it somewhere. You flip it down, and then you got a little table on top. How great is that? I think it's wonderful. This one here is the 240. It has 12 volts. All you got to do is click on that little button right there, and now that one's active. You click on it again, it's inactive. You have your 110 volt, click it on there, plug in anything. I'm not gonna sit here and do what everybody else does where they're plugging in all these different things. Figure it out, do the math, okay, to figure out if your things are gonna work. If you have a laptop, a cell phone, simple camera equipment, things like that, a light, electric blanket, things like that. Figure it out, what you can and cannot plug into here, okay? It's not that hard to figure out. If I can figure it out, anybody can figure it out. These are the newer cables. The older ones are a little different. I'll explain that to you in a second. The upgrades on their cables have been so smart and so good. But you plug this into the van, and then you plug the other side into your Jackery. This may be a new one, and that may be an old one. I don't think it fits anymore. But anyways, you get the hint. You plug it in, and then your van charges the Jackery, and then your Jackery charges up, which I still can't believe this is 100% after it's 5 or 6 months of just straight up sitting in the van not being used. I use the other one for my phones when I'm traveling. I've not touched this one. This is a backup one. 100% in the freezing Colorado weather. Unbelievable. It's great for camping, it's great for RVs, great for van lifers like me. It's great to just have around the house as an emergency backup battery. It's, you name it, man. This right here, everybody who has a garage, everybody who has any need for power whatsoever. Imagine being out in a cabin, like out in the middle of the woods, and you have this, and you could probably plug in a television, a small TV. You can probably, this one definitely, but you can get your entertainment, you can have music, you can have unlimited charges on your cell phone, and it hooks up to a solar panel as well, which I'm going to talk about last after I talk about the Jackery 1000 Pro. Holy crap. So, okay, let's try to curl this one real quick. Oh, 1, 2. You know, it's really heavy, but it's surprisingly not as heavy as you would think it would be. This one has been sitting under my desk. I don't like leaving this one out in the cold. Makes me nervous. This one's at 85% because I used it for something and I did not charge it back up. But this one has been sitting here unused for months since my last trip, which was in November. So this right now is almost March. Yeah, that many months. And it's still at 85%. I used it to, I was testing out those heaters. I did a little video about that. And that's the last time I used it. And I used that heater for an hour, actually 2 hours, and it was only down to 85%. And I just forgot to charge it back. So if you plug this into your house at 0, it's gonna take about 2 hours tops. Some would say less, some would say maybe a few minutes more, but 2 hours tops to charge it completely. If you plug it into your van and keep it plugged in and you drive a lot like I do, it's just gonna stay charged. And that's wonderful. But I can, here's an example I did. I plugged this in, my electric blanket into this on a trip, and I plugged in both of my cell phones. I plugged in, and this one has USB stuff. We'll go over the features in a second, but this one has like 2 USBs and then 2 USB-Cs, which are basically the here and now. You can't really get away from USB-Cs. Plus it has 3, 120 and 110 volts. Not sure exactly, 1000 watts, 120 volts, my bad. And then it's got the, of course, cigarette lighter as well. So you can see everything it's got. It's the same thing as the other Jackeries. You hit the button next to it, the green light comes on, this is activated. You hit the button next to it, these 3 are activated, and turn it off. Look, it clicks too. This one clicks. This one's not playing around. And anyways, I plugged in all of that stuff overnight one time. I was in Casey, Illinois, and it was the first snowstorm I slept in a long time. And it was the first one I slept in having this. And I'm like, well, at least I'll get, you know, an electric blanket for a few hours, like kind of like this one does, and at least I'll have my phone's charged in the morning. I had the electric blanket on all night. I had both of my phones fully charged and some camera equipment as well. Everything fully charging off of this one deal. Everything was fully charged up when I woke up in the morning, and I was only at like 70%. It only used 30% to heat me up all night and to charge everything that I needed charged. That's freaking incredible. Now, when I move into the van full time, they do make a 1500 model, and I do believe a 2000 watt model. I want that. I could put a dedicated battery in the van, and I could easily do that and put an inverter on there and all that stuff, run all the wires to the battery, blah, 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 blah. It's a big mess. It's very expensive. I mean, if somebody sponsors me that stuff, let's do it. I'll review it. That's my new thing. Let's do it. I'll review it. That's good. I'm gonna get a shirt that says that, and you're gonna buy it after you buy a Jackery. Anyway, I can put that stationary RV style battery in the van, and that would be great. It's just a lot of wiring, you got to buy this and buy that, and it's a drain on your actual vehicle battery. Or I can get another one of these 1000 ones, or get a 2000 one, have both of these in here, maybe just keep this as a backup and its sister as a backup. Anyways, I'll have basically a ton of power. Now, how do you get the power? There's a couple ways. Oh, let's turn you around. Yeah. You see this? They finally went to like a computer style plug-in back here. The old ones did not have that. The old ones had, I don't even remember at this point because I've been so excited about this one. but you can see it's got like the standard computer style. You can plug this into any power outlet at home, in the office, whatever, wherever you can get power. If it's got a wall plug, you plug it in, charges up in less than 2 hours. The whole damn thing charges up in less than 2 hours. And now we're supporting Roku. Okay, let's do this. Hey, ASY TV is on Roku, get it. Also, as I said, and as I do, you can plug this into your vehicle. I plug it into the van, you can plug it into an RV, any kind of 12 volt socket will work. You can plug it into a different Jackery. So Jackery can charge Jackery while Jackery charges another Jackery, and you can make a big loop of Jackeries. It's a big waste of time, but it could happen. You could do that. And then lastly, I have to go get them because I completely forgot to bring them out. There's another way you can charge them. Much respect to Jackery for not only having attractive packaging, but sturdy packaging. This packaging is fantastic. But what is this? You have to ask it. Does it say on there? Yes, it does. Well, it kind of says on there. The Jackeries are solar generators. They take the power of the sun and put it to good use for you. Now, they sent me 4 of these. 4 of these Jackery 200-watt solar panels. I have never used these yet because since I've gotten them, I've only been on the road once and I just didn't have the room to take them. They are huge. I have 4 of these. These things are just as heavy each as the Jackeries are. Now, again, they have wonderful packaging on here, sturdy zippers, and I'm going to put over the packaging because it's really that good. All right. Oh God. I'm gonna have to scoot you over. These things are massive. Now, one cool thing Jackery does now with their solar panels that I don't believe they did before is you can hook up 4 or more to the Jackery. That's insane, people. 4, that's just a lot of solar panels. Oh my God, these are gorgeous. Look at this. I've only opened these a couple times. Oh, they snap shut? Okay, cool. Oh, I didn't even know that. And they got little stands here so you can point them wherever you need to point them. Oh my goodness. I've only opened these one other time, and that was right when I got them. I'm punching my microphone over here. Okay, this is half. This is ridiculous. Do you see what I'm dealing with here? Oh. Okay, can you see me? It doesn't matter if you can see me. You lay these out, you lean them back, and you point them at the sky, wherever there's sun. And then you plug it into the Jackery. 200 watts of power on each freaking pan. Each one of these has 200 watts of power. That's 800 watts of power that I can shove in to this Jackery. How does it go in there? I never did learn that. Oh, there's a zipper. Oh, there's a cable. What do you know? They got a nice little zipper here on the back. And look at that. We have a solar panel cable. Yep. I guess you plug it into the panel somewhere. No. Oh yeah, look at that. The little thingy pops up. And I think that's where you put it in, right? Oh yeah, you put the little cord in the little thingy. Run that over to the Jackery. And you're being taken care of by the universe. Yeah, this is some great stuff, man. I look forward to the day where I'm out and about in the middle of the freaking desert. I got my Jackery sitting there. I'm in a freaking foldable chair, drinking a lemonade, hanging out with some fellow nomads. And I have all 800 freaking watts, all 4 panels, kind of just pointed at the sun. And at that point, honestly, because that thing's gonna stay charged all night, I'm not gonna say you have unlimited power because the sun will explode at some point in the next 1 billion or 2 billion years, whatever it is, maybe sooner, who knows. I look very forward to that. And I'll share my sun power with all of you if you hang out with me. If I haven't convinced you yet, then you're unconvincible. Pick up a Jackery, jackery.com. That's how you spell it right there. Can you see that? That is how you spell it, Jackery. get yourself, even if it's just a small one, fantastic. You will thank me for this. You will thank Jackery for inventing this. And then down the road, you're going to be like me and like, I want more. I want more. And then you'll get one of these big boys. And then you'll thank me again, and you'll thank Jackery again. And then we could have a dance party. Is that like SOS? What is that? Is that Morse code? Because that's really cool if it is. I did not notice that. Wow. That's badass. All right. You know what to do now. I'm going to let you live your life. But before you go about living your life, go get yourself a Jackery. This is Brandon. This has been the ASY TV review show. And this is fun. I want more stuff. Who's going to send me more stuff? Anybody? Stuff? Actually, I got a lot of stuff to do. Let's get to it.